Hi, beautiful people. My name is Linda Alela, and I'm right here on GBS TV Home Shopping to ensure that we get you the best of products right from the market. As always, this is how we do it. We venture into the market, nitty-gritty details. We take a look at products in the market, ensure that we bring them to you at the most affordable rate, the best of product quality for that matter. Products that you can trust. And today, we're all about Mwangaza. And Mwangaza is an entity that brings you a couple of different products that of course include products to do with Jikokoa, products to do with great PA systems, products to do with nice television sets. And we're talking about preserving the energy. We're talking about solar systems that are going to help you out there to ensure that you get the best of moments every other time you're using each and every single product that we'll be bringing to you today. We'll be focusing on the Jikokoa this time around. And of course, I'm sure it's a product that you've seen before. Could be wondering, okay, what is the essence of giving us this product that we already know about? You certainly do not know nothing just yet, because we have a specialist who's going to be taking you through, giving you the reasons as to why you should go and buy Jikokoa. And this time around, you're not going to the shops, by the way. We're going to ensure that we make that delivery if you make that a simple phone call. And guess who's on board? We're all about, taking care of the environment, all about taking care of your health. And she is right here to tell you the reason as to why these are the best products to ensure that you get the best of that. Caro, how are you?
Hi, Linda. How are you?
Good to have you. I'm good.
Thank you, Sana, for having us here.
I know, and everyone else is waiting to hear what is this different thing that Caro is going to tell us about Jikokoa.
And indeed, like you said, you know nothing yet until you've had the full session of today's home shopping, and they will get to understand what exactly these products are, what they do, what the benefits are, why choose Jikokoa versus any other Jiko out there in the market. We'll delve into all that in
Of course, in a bit, and of course, we're talking about Jikokoa and Jiko
Extra.
Jiko Extra. So
yes.
What makes it extra and what makes it different from this baby one? As always, kuna wale watu, mabachelors, some girls who are just starting life. You don't want to have this big Jiko in your home. So you'd rather go for the small one. But more or less the same serves the purpose.
Yes.
And of course, we'll be taking you through the reasons why this is the Jiko that you need to have in your very own home. Just take a look. First of all, the look itself. Isn't it amazing?
It's a very modern design. Very modern design.
Yes. Would you ever imagine that Jiko could be this beautiful?
Yeah, actually people see this and they ask, how am I ever going to light this?
I know.
But they should just sit tight because it uses charcoal, normal charcoal that is available everywhere. Or good news is, for those who use briquettes, it can still use briquettes very well.
All right, this is Jiko Extra.
Yes,
I have
Jiko Extra.
I can almost guarantee you, by the way, by the time I'm here selling this, it's simply because I have tried it. It's tried and tested. It is one of the products that you would never regret every other time you are getting to buy. And guess what? They're coming to you affordable. They're coming to you with greater goodies alongside with, what are the numbers to call?
The numbers are 0746 957 720.
Yes, 720 is the last number, the last digits, or 0737
957
720. There you go. And when you make that simple phone call, there'll be people who, of course, will be picking these phone calls, and of course, they'll be taking you through all these processes of how you can get your Jikokoa right straight into your home. We're talking about free delivery, all courtesy of Mwangaza products that are always there to ensure that you make the best of the environment and equally your very own health. Health is key.
It is key, and that is why as Mwangaza, one of our mission, actually our great mission, is to go out there promoting health, making sure we're taking care of the future generations.
Right.
Because when we look at it, there's so much, I will call it climate change that is happening. And if we do not do something about it now, and now means today,
yes,
then the future generations are doomed.
They're as good as doomed. The other time we were looking on TV and there was this little girl who was talking about the climate change and everything, and how much our leaders lie to us that every other time they're going to address issues to do with the climate. Hypocrisy of the highest level. But wait a minute, it's not about the leader. It starts with you.
It starts with you.
It starts with you by getting this beautiful Jiko Extra or Jikokoa. And I'm sure you must be asking yourself, what about them? So let's delve deep into understanding what about these beautiful products. What's this, by the way?
Right, this is an awesome kamata. A kamata is what is used to hold a sufuria.
Okay.
We are bringing the women into the modern age, totally and completely into it. So usually you find that when the mama in the kitchen is using, is cooking, they will probably take that wet cloth that is sometimes because the food is just about to burn, so they take it as wet as it is. They hold the sufuria with it, and God Lord. there might be some things that are dripping into the
dripping
meal. And yeah, so with the kamata, we totally solve that. It is completely hygienic, very user-friendly. It doesn't burn, it doesn't melt. So it is completely safe to use it over the top of the stove whereby the sufuria is sitting.
Can we do that practically?
Yeah, sure.
Even as we remind you that this is just an offer that is running for this session. Peke yake. So when you get this from GBS TV Home Shopping, or Mwangaza courtesy of GBS TV Home Shopping, you can be rest assured that you're going to get this Jiko Extra and you will be awarded with this. Kawaida one, of course, it's pretty much expensive in the market if you were to buy it peke yake. Not really expensive, but of course, it's you'd get it at an extra, price.
Yes.
But this time around, because of, that
season of giving.
Yes.
Yes.
We say that at least you get this one from you.
Exactly.
And what are the prices, meanwhile, as you take us through how you can kamata it with?
Yeah, so usually a kamata would go for 500 shilling retailing in the supermarkets. But because, like you said, it is a season of giving, we are giving it away with the Jiko Extra. Good. So a kamata, usually, you just clip it onto your sufuria and press it as is. And it can basically hold the sufuria very tightly.
As big as
it cannot
whatever.
slip. It cannot move. It doesn't really shake. And if you're cooking that ugali of yours, you can songa it quite well. And the Jiko does.
So thanks for mentioning
Yes. So this should actually go in that region.
Yeah, right. So there you go. We're talking about the mamas Western. This is time to celebrate your mama and surprise them. Just give them that one thing that they would be very grateful for.
Let's take care of making mama out there in, let me call it Ushago. Has a very modern Jiko sitting there.
I'm just I'm just thinking of my mom and how she's going to call almost the entire village. When mama wote wa chama waingie kwa jikoni, then they'll be surprised.
Exactly, and this time she's no longer pulling the wick from the stove. She has a very modern Jiko sitting right there.
That's more like it. So let's get into the Jiko and get to understand why is it so modern, why is it so different, why is it going to save you from, of course, having health issues at the end of the day.
Right.
First of all, I'm looking at this kaposhon kakweka maka. Isn't it just kidogo sana?
It is kidogo, and it is meant to be kidogo. Because really, in essence, we do not need as much makaa as the other usual jikos use. The other usual jikos, we'll call them KCJs or Kenya ceramic jikos. So there, with a KCJ, you almost pour an entire tin into that. But with this one, you just need like 2 handfuls. 2 or 2.5 handfuls, and you're good to go.
Cooks the same amount of food that would have been cooked with this other one?
Yes.
A lot of makas? All right.
So the good thing with Jiko Extra, because we can see the size, it is actually strong enough. This is cast iron that is seated on the top. It can hold a capacity of 120 kgs very comfortably. The Jiko will not collapse. The Jiko will not shake.
That's a whole batch. And I'm thinking, will my food, like this is quite a sufuria, as huge as this. So will it cook evenly?
It will cook very evenly because let's take the analogy of a gas cooker.
Okay.
Right? A gas cooker, or even the burner.
All right.
The burner is very small, but we actually put as large as this box of a sufuria on top of it. And it cooks quite well. So in the same way, the cooking area might look small, or rather the fuel area might look small, but then it's all good. It serves you just as well.
That's interesting, because then I'm imagining it's all, is it metal or
it's a combination of different things, because we can see the feet are rubber, we can see the insulations on the handles.
So that means you can handle it pretty well, and you are not scared about burning, and then you don't have to have to do your gloves.
Even when the makaa burning inside here is red hot, you can actually comfortably carry your Jiko from point A to point B.
Nice. Yes. All right, that's interesting. What's this?
So these are called pot rests.
Okay.
This is where the sufuria sits.
All right.
And it is made of a different
material in comparison to this at the sides.
Yes, in comparison to this. And this material is called cast iron.
Okay.
So cast iron is very good to use on a Jiko Extra. Reason being, it is durable.
Okay.
Yeah, meaning the Jiko can last longer because of the cast iron. Secondly, is cast iron in its own nature absorbs a lot of heat. It absorbs and holds heat. So when you're cooking, the heat from the makaa, you're having heat from the makaa. You're also having heat that has been absorbed by the cast iron, getting reflected back to the sufuria. So this doubles your, let me call it your source of the heat, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So your food is able to cook much faster.
And after cooking, imagine umemwaga all the makaa outside.
Yes.
Then it means you can keep your food warm.
You can keep your food warm.
It means equally. You know those moments when you cook pilau. I don't know whether you've seen these mamas from Costo, making
yes.
their pilau. Sometimes they just want to use the jiko. The other time, someone came to my home. She's from the Costo. She's like, I cannot do it on gas. I just want to do it on my jiko. And there are times where you're supposed to remove some bit of charcoal and place them on the top so that at least your rice cooks. So in this case, then you can mwaga the charcoal away, and you still have the heat.
And you still have this. So you preserve that charcoal that you've kept away, right? That one gets preserved for the next meal, and you can use the heat that is just getting generated from the combustion chamber, even without it having a lot of makaa in it. Maybe just the small bits, but the cast iron will do quite a good job in heating up your food from below.
Yo man, guys, do we even need to go further and talk about this Jiko Extra that works the very same way with Jikokoa, which is the baby one, for starters, for beginners and everything, or when you want to cook small, meals, or not so much of meals and everything. And we've not even talked, like we've not exhausted discussing about this or taking us to what this is all about. Then someone would want to ask you, why do you say then we are able to preserve the environment, we are able to ensure that we do not get sick? Stories of motion and makaa and everything and all that.
Yeah, so a number of reasons towards that.
Yes.
So in terms of preserving the environment, we preserve the environment in a manner as to ensure that we don't have as many trees as are getting cut down. So Jikokoa or Jiko Extra, they use very little amount of charcoal. Yes. So it uses actually a half of what you would have ordinarily used with what we call the Kenya ceramic jikos. Yeah. So if maybe in the ordinary Kenyan family you find there are 3 meals getting cooked. There's breakfast, there's lunch, and there's dinner. And maybe there could be in-betweens there, but the mandatory ones are these 3, right? So you find that out of this, a family can very easily use 200 shillings worth of makaa to prepare these 3 meals. But with Jikokoa and Jikokoa Extra, you find that they will only use a half of this. Reason being, if we were to take this top out, right? Yes, there's a material inside here that is called a ceramic fiber. So ceramic fiber helps ensure that the heat does not escape to the outside environment. So whenever the heat wants to escape, it gets reflected back to the combustion chamber and out into the sufuria. So the only way of the only escape is upwards and out.
And now that is of course direct to your sufuria.
Direct to your sufuria, yeah. So that means you get to use less charcoal. Your food cooks faster. So that means more trees stay in the forest.
Well, like I said, guys, I am telling you of a story that I already know about. This history at Ikaro is giving me stories. No. I've been using this jiko for the longest of time in Yemen. Since that time, I've never gone back. I imagine my very first jiko, like after kupika and everything, one morning you wake up and boom, imevunjika hapo katikati. This is the real deal guy. Jikokoa, courtesy of Mwangaza. Once again, how do they get to receive these products?
They get it at a free of charge delivery right to their doorsteps by calling a simple number 0746 957 720.
Yes, there you go.
The baby is more or less the same thing. I mean, this is the apple and the tree. The only difference between Jiko Extra and Jikokoa is that Jikokoa is a smaller Jiko to the extra one. The extra cooks for a maximum of 25 people, whereas the Jikokoa cooks for a maximum of 15 people. It can hold a maximum of 90 kgs, whereas the Jiko Extra holds a maximum of 120 kgs. But everything else is the same. Exactly. And when makaa chomekas vizuri kabisa, it gets rid of the carbon monoxide that would have been given off. So when we see other jikos having a lot of smoke, it is because the carbon has not been completely burnt off. But with the Jikokoa and the temperatures with which it burns that makaa, it ensures that there's almost complete combustion of the carbon. So the fire comes out as this almost clean fire. Smoke is very minimal. Very minimal because it is extremely difficult to design a stove that cannot produce any amount of smoke. It is almost impossible.
And there you have it, guys.
But this brings you as close to that dream as possible.
Amen to that. And amen that means you should ensure that you grab this as early as now. The numbers to call are flowing down your screen. You can check them out. Make sure that you make that a call. I mean, long gone are the days of kuwekelea makaa. Unasema, hey, leo nimenunua makaa ambayo zinatoa moshi and everything. Those experiences. If you've used a jiko, you understand where I'm coming from, and you could be resonating with this kind of language that we're talking about. But most importantly, I am expecting those phone calls as you get to place your order right here on GBS TV Home Shopping. We go out to the market, we make the best of analysis of what is on the market, and we ensure that we bring you that very best one. Usianze kusema ati sijui nafanya aje kazi, sijui nitaanzia wapi. There we go. Karo has taken you through it, and there's so much so about it that we've not spoken about. All this courtesy of Mwangaza and GBS TV Home Shopping. It was nice doing this with you. See you again next time.
Jikokoa, Jikokoa. Tangu kina mama hawa wagundue siri ya Jikokoa inayopika kwa haraka na kupunguza gharama kwa 50%, yani 50%, kamwe hawabanduki. Hii ndio jiko ya kisasa inayokubalika Kenya mzima. Usiwachwe nyuma, jichukulie yako. Jikokoa ndio jiko namba 1. Siongezi, sipunguzi.
Jikokoa limehudumia Wakenya zaidi ya milioni 1. Ni jiko la kisasa, jiko number 1. Jiko ni Jikokoa. Namba 1.